Hola, hola Leute! Welcome to our YouTube free altcoin session. Today I'll be covering two coins, and maybe at the end you'll get one extra bonus altcoin, but that will be a quick one, but a nice area for a trade. So stay tuned till the end because I think you will not regret it. So let's go. Yeah, welcome back, and let's begin with our first altcoin for today. It's Blur. I don't know how many of you guys are trading Blur, but it's a quite a fantastic altcoin with a lot of decent areas to trade off. So what I did trade on Blur is a little bit of a high time frame order block that was previously made, and this was the orange part, which was the weekly order block. And yeah, as you can see, this was fantastically respected. Tapped twice, and from there on, yeah, we got, like, what was this, 100%, which is honestly not bad. So I'm still a little bit in that trade, but I'm willing to compound my trade in this next area that I will be showing you. So if we just take a step back and just see the weekly time frame, you can see we had a nice, let's say, rounded bottom here, and we have our main liquidity area, which is around 0.85. As you can see, we did not take that liquidity. That liquidity is still there, and we made another giant high just before that high. So we got a lot of liquidity still resting above that. So I'm still have a feeling that we might revisit those highs back up. Especially if Bitcoin starts to range, altcoins then get them that momentum, and then yeah, altcoins start to pump every day. So what do we have for the lower part? The lower part is a big juicy monthly order block. And what I like is, if we go from high time frame, I really love the high time frame order block. So monthlies, weeklies, dailies, those are kind of my key bias indicator. So if we are above it, I'm still bullish. If we go below it with signs that we look for those breakthroughs of order blocks, then again you check vice versa. You check the other side. You trade it differently. So not looking for longs, you look for those shorts. So if we break this, definitely, I mean almost definitely, I will be looking for that back test and looking for lower, to take lower liquidity or lower area liquidity, and new order blocks, and order blocks that we already have down below. But for now, I'm focused on the monthly. So the monthly is for me indicator if we should continue a little bit up, if we should go take the liquidity to the upside, or if we will go a little bit lower, and take a little bit of that lower side liquidity. You can see from here also at this area here, we got like the whole range, what was this? This is a yearly range. We got the big high volume node here, which is almost, let's say, almost as the point of control of the whole area. So if we would range somehow here a little bit, I can guarantee you that point of control would shift to that high volume area. Also, if we check the high volume on order flow, this is a filter where we filter out the highest volume areas. And if we can check this area of interest that we are having, so that monthly order block, we have at 0.47, we have a nice juicy naked high volume area with that 4-hourly point of control, which still hasn't been tapped. So the point of control, you might ask me, do they work or not? So you can see here we had two. You stepped in, you made that bounce. but usually they work on high volume areas. So we got here a nice decent high volume area, which comes back to our confluence with that monthly order block. What else do we have? As I mentioned, we have that whole range point of control, but we have also the impulse point of control, which is also coming back just a little above that monthly order block. The next confluence is the VWAP. As you can see, the VWAP was nice support. Coming back here, you see the tap. You see here was resistance. Once flipped, you got those impulses up. So this is also an confluence that I want to see with that monthly order block. And we also have the yearly open here, so which is 0.46. Where I would focus my trade, of course, no financial advice, would be the lower part of the monthly order block. And this would be something like this 5% invalidation, maybe stop loss a little bit. Again, no financial advice, but a little bit under the order block. If somebody is interested in trading order blocks or other confluences that we use in Pro Traders Lounge, you are always welcome. The doors are always open, and we can teach you there how to trade them. But again, this is the first altcoin, first area of interest that I'm looking for, and of course, coming back down, let's hope, making some sort of range, shifting that point of control, and maybe looking for that upper liquidity. And again, this is 80%, maybe even new all-time highs. Who knows? Yeah, but this is it from our first altcoin. The next altcoin is ONDA. So ONDA is a really interesting one. So these red lines, you might be confused, but these are daily naked point of controls. And currently we do have one that I'm really interested in, and that's at 0.58. What else do we have there? We have a 6-hourly order block. We have the value area high of the range here. We have another 6-hourly below us where we have also the point of control of this whole range. With this upper naked daily point of control confluence, we got the anchored VWAP band high from the lows, which again, you can see this was support here all the time, support here all the time, support, flipped into the resistance, come back up. So this is a valid line you need to keep an eye on. And this line is coming back here. If the price decides to come back, this will be an amazing confluence with the point of control with the 6-hourly order block. What else? We have again a large high volume area. So you can see this whole range here. What was this? So this was from third to 19. So 15 days we did not have that much volume than we have here on the 20th of March. And this is again naked volume, naked point of controls, naked 4 hourlies, naked volume still hasn't been tapped. And this is something I honestly always look for confluence. At the lower part, again, this is still far away, but maybe I can mention it in another stream, but we'll see about that. For now, what I'm interested in are the 6-hourly order block. If this fails, if this whole area fails, if we do not get a bounce, so again, you need to know how to trade this order blocks, how to minimize that invalidation, because the first order block is, as you can see, 9%. The next one is 5%. So if you ask me how I would trade this, again, I would look for the first 6-hourly order block. I would look for the first half of the order block here, first part. Minimize that invalidation. You have more confluences here at the upper side. If this fails, you have always the 6-hourly. If even the 6-hourly here fails, then honestly, I'm not trading anything in between here, but I will be trading the 3-day order block, which we have here. It's again a bigger size order block, about 10%. but we can minimize that by looking at lower time frame order blocks. And we do have here 12 hourly one. And this minimizes your trade by almost half. So from 10% to 5-6%. Yeah, so how the trades would look like, again, no financial advice. The first area for the long I would be looking at would be here. We might come back here and continue that potential trend. If this is lost, if we get just a small bounce, so then you can take your profits. You can get those smaller bounces, come back here and make another low. This is the next area I'll be looking for. If we get, again, these are some things we teach you in Pro Traders Lounge. If you make a week here, let's say a bullish 4 hourly close, come back and go range above the previous support 6 hourly order block, then you have a even bigger chance you might get that move to the upside. And this would be a nice, even nicer trade. But again, how to trade them, how to minimize your trades, you need to go on lower time frame. You need to be cautious, and we have methods that you don't have to just blindly like, we have an area, okay, I'll set my limits there and that's it. If that's failed, I lost money and then that's it. No, we have like ideas, we have strategies. Once you come to that area, you want to see something, and based on that, based on those back tests, you have a cleaner invalidation. You don't risk, because you don't enter just blindly if you are not looking at order flow, of course. Yeah, this somehow, something like this would be my preferred trade, honestly. Make maybe some small bond. Again, you can have 2%, 15% decent trade here, 10% stop loss in profits. Then again, looking for that lower part, coming back quickly up, ranging here, just making this bigger high volume area, and then continuing up. So yeah, this is it for ONDA. For the lower part, as I said, if we go lower, I will do another altcoin session, and we can talk about the lower part. And the last one that I said would be a bonus. That's a Floki. Floki is, again, something we discussed once we were back here below. We took the biggest, the best trade we had like a year ago, and it was it's just full of fun trading Floki. And one area is, again, a 3-day massive 3-day order block, which consists of it's 10% range. But again, we have our strategies how to minimize those areas. But this is, for me, key now on Floki. If Floki wants to create some sort of, let's say, some sort of wedge or some sort of flag, this would be an amazing idea. Like just coming back to the 3-day and then coming back up, probably making even new all-time highs. But again, if this is failed with all of those characteristics that we are looking for, then you can have an easily back test, and we are looking for lower. And this could provide you a long trade or a short trade. But keep an eye on this 3-day order block. That's all I'm gonna say. So yeah, last thing I want to mention, again, give us some love, give us some likes if you like the content, some shares, and of course, some preview of how our Pro Traders website looks like. We have daily, I think, 2 or 3 sessions from morning to evening, trading stocks, trading altcoins, long sessions, just in between, having fun. And maybe I can show you just what happened. This was yesterday. I made a New York session. So this was all live, not pre-recorded. We have Discord, we chat, members give us questions, we answer on them. So honestly, just having fun, chilling out, looking for trades. And this was one trade that we caught yesterday. So the plan was, as you can see here, maybe I can zoom in. The plan was to look for a long on the 6 hourly and looking for that short back on the 1 hourly order block. So this was at 667. If you check out the Bitcoin chart, you can see where the 1 hourly was, 667, 667. This is the 1 hourly order block, and from there we took a really nice short, which was 6%. And we are currently at that 6 hourly order block. So if we check out the 6 hourly, we are currently at the lower part of the 6 hourly. We'll see how this still unfolds, but yeah, as I mentioned, you are all welcome. The doors are open, and yeah, I hope again you like the content. Subscribe for more, share, like, and leave some comments if you want some altcoins for next time. I will gladly review it. If I get a lot of comments for one altcoin, then I'm definitely going to do it the next session. Yeah, and stay tuned for more. Have a nice day, nice evening, a nice week of trading, nice weekend, and see you all next time. Bye bye.